Hi, everybody. The other video link wasn't working. So now I'm here. But, oh, good. People found me. I'm trying to see if that other video I can post on. I don't know why the other link didn't work, but that's the first of my technical difficulties. I can't be too mad. It's worked every other time. I hope everybody's having a good night. I'm gonna wait an extra minute or two to see if people trickle in because things were not working, but I got them working. Let's see if that works. Oh, I can't comment on the other one. Okay, well, hopefully people figure it out. Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is Yin. Fix that a little bit. All you need is a space. If you want to have a drink or something else, that is fine. You do you. Biggest thing about this practice, yay, Yossi, glad you found me. Biggest thing about this practice is to come to some sort of resistance, find your edge, and then choose to stay there for some amount of time in stillness. So not taking it too far, not shying away from all sensation, just finding that happy medium. So wait another minute or two. I had 3 people and now it's 2. So we'll see if anybody else comes in. I know that link did not work. I guess I can share this one in the group just in case. And then we'll get started. You want to come to a seated meditation on your mat. We'll get started. I'm going to share this in Facebook group just in case people are lost. And then we'll get going. Link. Okay. So find an easy seat. And sit up tall. Just place your hands wherever's comfortable. There we go. Okay, wonderful. Thanks, Vanessa. I'm glad it worked. Sit up tall, place your hands either resting on the knees or folded in your lap, wherever's comfortable for you. Take a big inhale, find a tall spine, let your shoulders slide down your back. Exhale to close the eyes. With the eyes closed, you begin to notice maybe some sensations more inward. Whether it's the feel of the hips grounding down into your mat, any tension that's present in the body, thoughts drifting through the mind. We're not here to push all those things away, but just to simply observe. Observe with your breath without making judgments, without trying to change anything. Feel the inhales and the exhales flowing in and out of the nose. The mind has begun to wander. You just bring your attention back to your breath. The gentle brush of air in and out through the nose. Just a little while longer to avoid fidgeting or moving, or maybe just the urge to blink the eyes open and peek around. Can you stick with the stillness for just a few more moments? Keeping the eyes closed, just notice your breath here. How you can move a lot of air in with your belly filling, the ribs expanding, the collarbones lift at the top of the breath, and then through your nose, pour that air back out. In through the nose, a nice full deep breath. It doesn't need to have much sound, but it should be a full soothing breath filling up the lungs, and then exhale right back out through the nose. This is your tool for this practice, this breath. Moving in and out, you send it wherever there are sensations. Go ahead and you can rock over your shins. Just see if rock up to your feet. Once you're on your feet, widen the stance about as wide as your mat if you're using a mat. Wider than the hips though, find a low squat. So if this is really uncomfortable in the body, you can always slide a folded blanket underneath the heels or a book or a block underneath your bum. But try to wiggle the elbows in between the knees. And press your palms together in front of your heart. Sometimes a challenge here, a lot of compression through the knees and the hips. Let your tailbone fall heavy and your heart lift up. Find a comfortable place for the neck and then maybe allow your eyes to close. Using your breath as a tool. This full breath needs to continue. As you stay in the shape, sensations will get stronger. Try to focus on whatever dull ache you might be feeling or might be building in the body. Use your breath to help you find some stillness and stick with it. I know the urge is there to straighten the legs, but can you stay here a little while longer? A few more full breaths. Use your breath to soothe what you're feeling. Let both of your hands release down to the mat. So you can walk some weight forward out of the feet. And slowly, slowly, slowly straighten the legs. Oh, maybe with a moan and a groan. Heel to the feet a little bit closer together, just about hip width distance now. Keep a pretty generous bend in the knees if you need to. It helps you really release the low back. Fingertips can stay on the ground or you might catch opposite elbows. But tuck the chin here in this dangling pose. Listen to your body. If you need to bend your knees, let the knees bend, let the low back lengthen out, and then maybe over time the legs begin to straighten. Let go of the weight of your head, release it. Let the head hang heavy. Notice if you're still moving a lot of air in and out through the nose. Even if you have some music on in the background, try to keep the attention on the air moving in and out through your nose. To stick with finding stillness in every shape. Notice if you're still holding tension in the belly or the neck or the shoulders. Release for the last few breaths right here. Holding the elbows, you can release the hands down to the mat. Maybe bend the knees generously. And begin to walk the feet back. Drop the knees down to the mat. Lie all the way down onto your belly. For a moment, just release down to your belly. Arms can be out by the sides. Let go of any tension. And slowly rise up so you can place the forearms underneath you. Elbows are pretty much underneath the shoulder, not too wide. The low back is really sensitive. Always an option to walk the hands out about one handprint. Slide your elbows slightly forward, but they can be pretty close underneath your shoulders if you're able to. Arms are parallel, palms face down. We'll start in Sphinx pose here, Sphinx pose. So find a gentle and easy position for the neck. Not lifting the head too high, not letting the head hang heavy, just looking slightly forward and down. Notice if there's tension in the legs. Soften through the feet. Tops of the feet lightly resting down on the ground. Heart is lifting, not sagging between the shoulders. Breath is smooth and steady. And stay here in Sphinx and let the sensation continue to build. You need a little bit more. You can walk the hands out toward the corners of your mat, spreading the hands a little bit wider. Then press into the palms, lift the heart for a seal pose. Sometimes that helps to widen the feet as well. And adjust the hands. You need to move them in slightly. Listen to the body. Looking for that just right place where you feel something, there's a hint of resistance without being too much. Once you find that, be still for some time. Move in slow motion. If you're on the palms, begin to slowly, slowly, slowly bend the elbows until the elbows come down. And from there, everyone will slowly, slowly lower your chest all the way to the mat. Make a little pillow with your hands if you'd like, and just release the body down. Take a few full breaths here. Feel the rib cage really expand, especially through the backside body. You can inhale up to hands and knees. Walk the knees a little bit wider. Bring the big toes together and sink back for a child's pose. In your child's pose, always an option to grab a pillow or a folded blanket, rest it underneath your chest for a more restorative shape. But if you can, maybe walk the hands out long. Allow the forehead to come down, eyes closed. And let your hips sink back. Feel the length along the back of your body. Even here, notice where you're holding on. Let the rib cage snuggle in between the thighs. Melt your heart down toward the mat. Feel the hips moving back toward the heels. Send your breath where there is sensation. Inhale up to hands and knees. From there, press into your palms, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Move into an upside down V shape, downward facing dog. Moving into a swan pose. You can pick up the right foot, slide the right knee forward so it's behind the right wrist. Then listen to your knee. You might be able to kick your right foot over and bring the shin so it's pretty parallel to the front of your mat. Then walk your left toes back. Our vinyasa classes, we call this pigeon. Yin, it's a swan pose. Starting off, keep your hands pressing down into the mat, your heart lifting. Notice where you feel the stretch in one or both of the hips, in the legs. Again, adjust that front leg as you need to take any pressure off of the knee. For a few moments, let your eyes stay closed. Keep the heart lifting. Breathe into the hips. And begin to walk your hands forward. You may be able to come down to the forearms, or even rest the forehead down on the mat or the block or your arms for the sleeping swan variation. Walk the hands out, rest down. Again, try to find stillness, close the eyes. This is one of those shapes where the sensations definitely get stronger over time. So use your breath. You can match those sensations with the breath. Calm, smooth inhales and exhales through the nose. Try to stay still a little while longer. Move slowly, begin to walk your hands in. Lift your heart back up. You press into your hands, tuck your back toes, lift up, back to downward facing dog. Feels really good here to pedal out the feet with a moan and a groan. Take a moment to observe how the different sides of your body feel. One side might be warmer, have a rush of energy, maybe some lightness there. Just observe that difference. When you're ready, slide your left knee forward behind the left wrist. Then you can slide the foot up behind the right wrist, whatever's comfortable for the knee. We'll start off in swan with the chest lifted. And press into the fingertips and the palms. Lift through your heart. Find a smooth, even breath. Go ahead and walk the hands out. Coming down to forearms or a little bit lower for the sleeping swan variation. You can rest the forehead down or just let the head hang heavy. Soften in, just observe the difference in the sides. Begin to walk your hands in. Lift through the chest. And press into your hands. Tuck your back toes. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Again, notice that heat or maybe rush of energy. Pedal out the feet or take any other shape to open up. And push through the hands. Really melt the heart down. And drop the knees down to the mat. And swing your legs around. Come to seated. You got two straight legs in front of you. Bringing the feet, the knees, the thighs close together. Sit up nice and tall here. And begin to just slide your hands forward. Hands can rest on the shins. They might fall to the mat on either side of the legs. You can walk the hands forward. We're not grabbing onto the feet and pulling. This is a very passive stretch. So just let the hands rest, maybe on thighs, knees, shins, or down on the mat, walking out a little bit further. Go ahead, soften in the belly, round through the shoulders, the neck. Let your head hang heavy for caterpillar. We'll spend some time here. So even if you start pretty upright, there's a lot of tension in the shape. Really focus on the stillness and the breath. Send the breath to that tension. You may notice some change over the 5 minutes. Has that tension released at all? Can you walk your hands maybe a handprint forward? Are you still holding on to the weight of your head? Let go. Are you still breathing in and out through the nose? Just a little while longer here. Stick with it. Move in slow motion. Roll up. The head should be the last thing to rise. Lock your hands behind you and just lift through your heart. Okay, this next shape, sometimes a little bit tricky to get into. Go ahead and lie down and roll onto your right side. So roll onto the right side. Your legs are still long, lying on your right side body. You're lying on your right side, so your right leg is on bottom. Go ahead and bend that bottom leg, your right leg, so you're kicking your heel toward your bum. Then take your top arm, your left hand, and reach back and see if you can catch the right foot behind you. So it's your bottom leg that's bending, your top arm that's reaching. You can find the foot. Begin to roll the left shoulder back so you're lying on your back. And then take that top leg, your left leg, and kick it out to the right. So it feels like a nice juicy twist here. If that's too much, you're always welcome to take your right elbow and prop it underneath you. Rise up so you're resting on the right elbow, the right forearm. But try to turn the head to peek to the left. Left hand is pulling the right heel toward the bum. The foot is kind of kicking away from the bum. Really creating a twist here as you kick the left foot out in front of you. Not too much work here. Really close the eyes. Soften the breath. Let's stay here for a little while in this reclined twist. The left hand can release the right foot. Roll onto the right side enough that you can extend the right leg long. Bring the left foot back in, stack on top of the right. And let's try that pose, cat pulling its tail on the other side. So roll onto your back. And then onto the left side. Once you're lying on your left side with the legs long, you bend the bottom leg. So your left leg bends, heel toward your bum. Take your top arm, your right hand, reach back and try to catch the foot. If you can, begin to roll the right shoulder back and down toward the mat. Then take the right foot and kick it out to the left. Cat pulling its tail on the second side. Chin is leaning to the right. The eyes can remain closed. Don't forget about your breath. Let the right hand release the left foot. Extend the left leg long. You might have to roll onto the sides. Get both legs long again. And then once the legs are straight, you can roll onto your back. Bring the knees into your chest. And gently circle the knees around, pushing the low back down. Maybe circle one way and then the other. One last rock around. And go ahead and find your final shape. Extend the legs long. Let the feet fall wide toward the corners of your mat. Press the hands wherever is comfortable. And if you have that folded blanket or pillow, always an option to slide it underneath the knees. We won't be here too long, but I'll let you know when it's time to move again. Close your eyes. Find a natural breath and take rest. Shavasana. Take a big inhale. Exhale, side out. You can always extend the Shavasana longer if you like, but if you're ready, you can just gently roll through your wrists and your ankles. Take a stretch with the arms overhead. And then by rocking to one side or straight up, meet in an easy seat with your eyes still closed. And press the palms together in front of your heart as a sign of gratitude. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold forward. Seal your practice. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, blink your eyes open. Namaste. Great work, you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for dealing with whatever technical difficulties we had today. I'll make sure I have the right one posted. Just notice how you sleep tonight. This practice is really great for the evening because it helps calm the mind down and kind of allows you to settle before bedtime. So maybe try to avoid screens between now and bedtime. Maybe pick up a book or do some journaling or spend some time with family, and then just notice how you sleep tonight. Usually it's pretty helpful. I really appreciate you all being here. Yossi, Vanessa, Raquel, thank you, thank you. Again, pass this along to whoever you think would benefit from it, and let's see what's going on. If you like this yin style practice, the next yin class coming up would be Andy on Fridays. Fridays, I think it's 6:30. I don't know. Check out their channel. It's From the Heart. That is wine with, or yin with optional drinking. So if you want to bring a drink, have at it. And then I teach next Saturday, Slow Flow. I'm keeping this class and Saturday at an hour. And then Sundays are going to stay half an hour. I got a lot of positive feedback. Everybody liked that. I still am very sore and it's Tuesday, so I don't know if anybody else is feeling that. But we'll keep Sundays, the yoga cardio 30 minutes. I will make a new playlist for this Sunday, so if you have any requests, send them my way on Instagram. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks for being here. Have a good night.